Hey, Sam.
What?
Welcome to our club. Welcome to our club.
Welcome, Sammy. Welcome, Sammy. Welcome, Sammy. Welcome, Sammy.
Welcome, Sammy. Welcome, Sammy.
It's just a good compliment.
I immediately regret coming in now.
Hey! Knock it off, you Neanderthal!
I thought you were about to call them hippies.
Okay.
I
You
would
got hit in the
have.
head with a coconut.
I would have left if you called me a hippie, because I kind of look like one.
You fucking hippie.
Wait.
Eat this hippie.
This hippie.
I love his models.
Yes.
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 Something's fishy here.
No kidding.
You're in the
Welcome,
ocean,
everybody, to the-
SpongeBob.
So welcome everybody to the final tier of the homeworld, and right away we're gonna get one of the best moves in this game and potentially one of the most overpowered.
You said a bubble, buddy.
I'm pretty sure that's not a word, but...
You said Schmeckledorf.
If I had pinkies.
Here, I'll blow you some.
Yeah, maybe later. Now, pay
Let's just
attention,
it's like
This bubble's
What's
under-
up? Focus,
I don't
focus,
want
look at me.
pictures.
My entire self.
Don't ask me how I'm able to snap even though I don't have any index fingers. Now
Press this button, and you'll blow a bubble that you can steer.
it's
as it
basically
flies through
the
air.
Viz what was it called? The Visibomb gun from Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
It's basically a homing missile that you steer yourself.
A bubble blowing machine.
Did that Bolo SpongeBob just make
Oh, yeah, I
this?
did.
okay.
That thing can emote now, which I don't know how to
Guess
feel
so.
about.
So wait, anyway, just give it a flip, and here we go.
Whee!
Boom.
I will say that is
Now-
something new, that the fact that you can actually, like, technically charge it up before you fire it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's handy, and I like the detail of, and I do like the details of its new, like, you know, the little fluorescent light off of it, the propellers and stuff. I don't remember if the propellers used to spin like that, but again, you're going to want to look for buttons that have a little square on them, and that'll be break the trash for your sock. I like that I can now use this as a homemade explosive device that will not hurt me in the same process. What's up, Mr. Krabs?
What's wrong, Mr. Krabs? You don't look so good.
Well, you haven't exactly been paying me in shiny objects because I have a whole boatload of golden spatulas to give to ye.
Booted me out.
Random thought.
been to work.
Random thought. Oh yeah, crap! It's been like a week. Random thought. I would 100% accept a mod of this game that replaces all of his voice lines with just Clancy Brown saying "money, money," so that it just makes him into a Banjo-Kazooie character going
Money, 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 money.
Actually, you know what? Now I'm imagining we could just go, like, the whole 9 yards with that. Like, you say that with Mr. Krabs with money. SpongeBob could just be his laughter. And, like, and Sandy could just be dicks.
Texas.
There's that. I guess. I mean, fair. There's that. Then Patrick, you just go.
That would never get old. Oh my god.
Yeah. And
I
then
need
you
to
would
step
have...
away
so-
for a
so
minute.
the
This
Krusty
is a
Krab-
little overload crazy.
Sorry.
Probably. So sorry. So for the Krusty Krab, this is basically just a grand arena. Just destroy every single robot and all their robot generators, and you win. Just survive is all.
Actually,
Man, this restaurant really is going downhill right
no
now.
kidding. And actually,
Welcome to
Sam,
the
while
team.
you're here, we should probably start our. I was gonna say we should start our initiation of new club members, but my video buffered again.
Oh no. Okay.
What time do you need
know
us
when-
at?
Let's go with. Well, first, let me actually refresh the damn thing. I don't know what's been doing that this past while now.
I don't know. but
Let's
again,
go to 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay,
Alrighty.
we got some time. So ask your question to initiate her.
What is your overall experience with SpongeBob SquarePants?
Alright, so, I watched it religiously when I was a kid because it was around, obviously, during the time.
Gotta
when
interrupt
I was
real quick
growing
for
up.
James' sake. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Resume.
Okay, much better.
But yeah, resume there, Sammy. So sorry. We're good.
No, it's all good. So, I watched it a lot as, like, a kid, because, especially, like, the early seasons, because they were out, like, you know, when I was, like, a kid. I remember going to the movie theaters and seeing the first SpongeBob movie, and I actually cried when SpongeBob and Patrick, spoiler alert, died, but then...
What do you mean, spoiler?
SpongeBob!
Spoiler for a. How old is that movie now? I want to.
Yes.
20 years.
No, there's no way that is.
Actually, no, wait, no, never mind. It'll turn 20 years in about 2 years.
I was like, Jesus criminy, I'm not that old yet.
Criminy, I am old.
So I guess on that topic, since we are going
Oh,
through
I
SpongeBob,
also forgot this goodie, by the way. Sorry. There we go.
course.
Now I am at full max health.
So anyway,
At full max pants.
but
Pants.
but
And,
anyway,
what-
what I was saying is that like it just to continue the SpongeBob initiations. Do you have any experience with any SpongeBob games?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I owned, I think I owned, like, the SpongeBob movie Game Boy Advance game, actually.
Ah.
I believe when I was, like, a
Also
young
sleepy time.
kid.
SpongeBob.
Get your ass back up! You gotta work
Nope, this
still!
actually leads to one of my favorite little worlds in the game. That's just right here for free. No golden spatulas required.
Maybe someone should have told him that whole part of the street is laced in sleeping oils.
Oh well, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Hopefully.
Dream bubbles. I'm surrounded by dream.
Does anyone have a
Gary?
Smelling salt.
Does anyone have a spindle on a spinning wheel?
Oh, so I'm dreaming. Well, then first thing I'm gonna do is dream my.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
A mustache.
Thanks, Gary. It does make
Don't-
me look more.
The effect
erect
looked a
than
little
It's not
better
on
than the
right.
original.
More text.
Yeah, the effect.
It always looked off, though. I mean, at least in the original game, it looked like it was just drawn. It was just a drawing plastered, like floating right above his
I
But,
mean,
face.
like,
no,
it
but at the
wasn't
very
even,
least,
like-
the JPEG. But at the very least, the JPEG was locked in such a way that it wouldn't look off. But
Well, no, like I remember it would like undulate like that in front of SpongeBob in the original as well. Like I think it was the movie game that actually fixed it to that it would actually stick on his face.
Right, because it was an actual seaweed mustache.
Oh shit!
fair enough. What's up, Doug?
I just remembered another SpongeBob game I also played in my childhood, right when Sam mentioned GBA.
What's that?
Oh, which one?
I remember playing SpongeBob Lights Camera Pants.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
they had a
wait, wait.
GBA.
Ah,
that one.
classic. I'm back.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
playing that one.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
I remember that!
it's funny because like the
not bad.
version that me and the guys grew up with was more so the console version.
I was more of
Yeah, like,
also
what
a handheld
else?
kid because of DS. I think my family
fair.
was that one.
What?
There's nothing like the smell of.
Yeah,
in the morning.
no, I was like a handheld one, and then PlayStation was kind of like my whole thing. It's not that I didn't own any Nintendo consoles, I did, I just preferred PlayStation a little
Oh,
bit.
makes
Same.
sense. And, oh, I need
So like every other freaking kid back in the day.
Thanks.
That's about right.
I find it funny that you had to change
Call me out.
your form of adjective.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Am I not wrong though? Considering most people, I assume most kids out there primarily were playing PlayStation.
Now I want to.
It was actually my sister who got me into PlayStation, and she's older than me.
I think
Not-
I think for me, I went back and forth between the PS1 and 64.
I didn't even get into PlayStation until like the later half of the PS2's life. Well, okay, more so closer to the midpoint of the PS2's lifespan, or at least a few years before the PS3. So I was kind of a late bird in terms of that. I was primarily a Nintendo kid up until that point.
My
I will
brother and I
still-
shared
I
a
will-
yeah, I
PS2.
think like
I will still defend to this day that the PlayStation 2 had probably the most like extensive game library out of any console.
Oh, I agree.
It did.
I love the PlayStation
Yeah,
2.
they did.
To pieces.
There you
The
go.
Wii had some very good ones, but I feel like the Wii also had a lot of
Oh.
shovelware trash as well.
Well, that's not the Wii's fault.
Yeah.
It's just people that didn't know what to do with the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Just a hand like we don't want to know what happened there. Let's go to Let's go to Sandy's dream. Trust me, it's better we
Spoiler
don't.
warning,
know.
it's bigger than it appears.
I was also like kind of gonna explain
for it.
for my sister's sake. Like she's 9 to 10 years older than me.
Ah, okay.
Roughly.
Texas is big. Even dreams.
So
Then you're just the right person to reach the
she had most of the
spatula on
games
top
that
of that
like you know
golden acorn.
My dream, my
Uh-huh.
rules. I'll get that spatula
I
faster
grew
than
up
a
with
Texas
like
crack rabbit
the
across
Spyro
the
games,
Golden
obviously.
Oh,
and all
right,
that
right.
kind of stuff. Which, speaking of which, 24 years.
Yep.
Gosh.
Actually, now that I
It's been
think
a
about
while.
wouldn't that technically make Crash like 25?
Tinier the better.
Yes.
26.
No, I thought it was 96, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, he'd be 26 around now.
Yeah, you're right. He would, because my sister was born in
Oh, yeah,
19,
would.
in 1996.
I have wrinkles.
Funny enough, so is my brother. Speaking of which, actually, my brother, mom, and one of my uncle's birthdays, all three of them, at the same day is coming up soon.
Oh wow.
It's a rite of passage.
Mostly towards my brother.
careful.
But anyway.
Also, look at these pretty Texan flowers.
Well, yeah. It's like, who's that again? Don't remember.
Also, oh boy, look up ahead.
Hello, Plankton.
Yeah,
Hello.
Plankton.
That's what I need, a creature with a backbone.
You think that, for some reason, that wording makes it seem
What
like...
the hell did you just fucking say?
That wording makes it sound like he would need Sandy's help.
Who puts
Oh.
challenges in their own dreams?
Squirrels? We're tough like that.
Oh, you'll need to be real tough to make this series a
We
swing.
like to be a little sadist and masochist.
Don't be sassy with me, boy.
You are a...
You are asleep.
As I said, in my sleep.
That'll do.
Well, there's a golden spatula out there for you if you make it far enough.
I'll do it so fast it'll make your head spin faster than a horny toad on a merry-go-round.
We get it. You're
Uh,
from Texas.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
damn.
I'm amazed they got that one past the censors.
Wait,
Yeah,
what'd she
but-
say again?
She's trying to
She
say
said
a horn.
horny
She's trying to say a
toad.
horn.
Horny toad on a
She's
merry-go-round.
trying to
Wait
say
a minute.
horn toad, but it's
Hey,
it's
wait
supposed
a
to be
minute.
it's supposed to be like a horn toad, but
Right, because like
I
horn
will-
toads do exist.
but
I
we don't call
know.
them horny toads. Also, yes, I do still love that fan
She
dub
was
of
horny,
the
clearly.
Jesus Christ, we
We
get
get it,
it,
you're from
right,
Texas.
Texas.
You're from
God.
Texas!
Yeah, welcome to
Did you know I was from? No.
Yes!
welcome to us. So in the dream world, you're just going through a series of little challenges and arenas. One here, Sandy's entire level is just a massive sliding room. We'll be going into Squidward's, which is like your major platforming one, and Mr. Krabs, which is like our big boss. That's like your big combat arena.
Yeah.
And Patrick, which is Patrick.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. And also, so just talking about the whole like Sandy, Texas thing.
Actually, that's a misconception. I'm actually from Massachusetts.
I would absolutely accept that. I would also accept that she's from Australia. We never knew.
I just
I
do a real
mean-
good job of hiding my accent.
I mean, technically, from
Like me
what
sometimes.
I've heard in research, Australia is like the southern version of the UK.
Oh, it's the Texas of the UK
Yeah,
for
it-
100%
Pretty much
sure.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Good to see Rod.
It's red. It's if you have if you made England a redneck country.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell.
Nah, we'll just leave. So I will say that I really do enjoy the theming, and the level scope of these levels. I love how the scales of everything gets increased in this final tier between the kelp forest, ship graveyard in here. But I guess to touch upon something briefly that James and I will then be able to go further into detail once we reach, the bonus part at the end of all this. So the dream world was unfortunately a little half baked once it let's say 3/4 baked when the game had to finally launch.
Yeah.
And I still am not entirely sure if it was due to material or resource limitation, or if it was, goodness me.
Cows, and they've got cow pies.
Oh,
Yeah, like
oh my
if I
gosh.
had to make an estimation, it probably would be a matter of like both budget and time constraints. Although what's funny is that like I've seen like the stuff that they had for Patrick's Dream, and it would have been a nice level. But honestly, I feel like what we ended up with is kind of a little bit more fitting.
Yeah, maybe that.
It's a better joke, I'll
And I would
agree.
say maybe that's why they canned it, not because of resource limitation, but just because they felt that it was, it would have been better. Would have been better to just stay true to what the show had already told us. But more on that a little bit later. So I forgot if I'd asked James about this as he was playing this game or not. You have beaten this game, right?
I've beaten the original game before. I haven't beaten Rehydrated
I've
yet.
been the
Fair
original
enough.
game.
Was it just because like a lot of stuff came up, or?
Mostly, a lot of stuff came up, and I primarily have. I have two versions of Rehydrated actually. I initially got it on Switch. Again, kind of a bad idea. And secondly, I eventually got it again through Steam, and well, I have to play through my laptop because my desktop's not powerful enough to run it.
Oh, I see.
And I don't. And it's one of those things where like I'll turn on my laptop if I'm really feeling in the mood for it, but otherwise I usually. I don't know. I usually just stick to my desktop.
That's fair.
More often than not.
No, and I get you. It ends up being more trouble than it's worth.
Right. It's putting a whole bunch of it's putting effort in just to actually play the game a certain way.
Gotcha. And there we go.
Kind of makes me wish I kind of waited on that until I got my Xbox Series S.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
But though at the same time, technically, if you were to play this game on anything, PC is the best option because there's little to no bugs to really worry about.
Right. And also a little.
Or
clever
it's
thing.
the most stable version of the game.
And a little clever thing here is that the only way to leave is if you change into SpongeBob and use the bubble bowls. That way it keeps Sandy from leaving when she's not supposed to. She can't leave her own dream. That would be some wacky Inception crap if that happened. Right.
You mean what SpongeBob literally did in his own that whole episode?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was true. Not a parakeet, a
Manic.
Medic.
Good times. Sammy, did you have a favorite episode of SpongeBob?
Oh gosh, I'd have. I know I had a couple of favorites that like, oh Christ. I'm trying to like remember them.
It's okay, Sandy.
You
go when you feel like it.
No, shh.
Thanks, Patrick. Very, very cool.
It's what I do.
Actually, okay, there are a couple ones. Like, I remember, like, one with, like, the Flying Dutchman and, like, the whole, like, perfume store.
Oh, Shanghai.
yeah.
Squidward
That is
kind of
Shanghai.
sent through, like, the...
Shanghai's great.
Yeah, that one
I
was
have
good.
an idea. Let's leave.
Obviously, actually, I really liked the snail episode where, like, SpongeBob, like, turned into a snail.
Oh,
So
nice,
good.
a teenage Gary.
That one. What was that? I dreamed I was a teenage Gary or something
It's
like
like,
that.
yeah, I was a teenage Gary.
I was a teenage. Okay.
I'm too squeamish.
I really kind of like the more, like, creepier ones. I don't know why. They just were, like, fascinating to me to watch. But probably because I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog a lot, too.
That
So,
would do it.
I'm numb to that kind
There's
of stuff.
that. What do you think of Graveyard Shift?
I love Graveyard Shift. It's
It's my personal favorite.
I saw a glimpse of handsome Squidward.
Yep. Yeah, but this is where we're gonna see a lot of Squidward memes.
Let's go.
Ah.
Like they're saying some Squidward. There's unsure Squidward a handful of times.
Oh, where's the creepypasta one, or was that excluded out? of this
That
version
was. I
particularly?
think that happened after this. Game
It was
came
way
out.
before
Yeah,
after
it
the game
did.
came out.
Yeah.
Dang.
Actually, let me see.
I'm
that-
still making the joke anyways, just
Let me
because.
see.
Then I want to say you want to know the funny thing is apparently, as far as I'm aware, that whole joke actually got censored in
It,
Right.
it did. It got
Yeah, they
censored.
changed it into like a baby picture instead.
Really?
Yeah, which I was like, oh
Whoops.
come on, that was. I know why they did it because they found out that it's from like a creepypasta, and they're like, no, we can't have references to that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They
like right here,
realized.
this is not one of my favorite platforming segments.
That's it.
Just mind those bad notes.
And you
Yeah,
don't want to
and-
hit
and,
the
uh,
sharps either.
And yeah, no, what happened there was I just got unlucky with the note placements. They weren't supposed to. Wow, jeez, that's weird. They weren't supposed to be locked in like that. But yeah, again, thankfully there are checkpoints.
Again, imagine playing this on the Switch version.
Oh no. I don't think I had mentioned this, but one of my other favorite things about I'm right here. Let's just go for it. One of my favorite things about the SpongeBob show that they didn't. That I don't think we had talked about yet was that like I very much enjoyed most of the Patchy specials.
Oh yeah, Apache himself is really fun.
Yes, I like
Having Tom and
Patchy so
Steven there.
much. My niece hates Patchy.
What?
Aww.
She just
Oh,
doesn't like when he appears.
Oh,
Has she ever said why?
What do you?
I feel like she just doesn't like it or isn't used to like seeing, pirates in real life. You know what I mean?
Either that.
Or live action skits in the
I was
cartoon.
about to say
Yeah.
maybe that's why. Maybe she
Yeah.
got impatient. She's like, when do we get the free food? When do we get to the cartoons?
It's like,
When are-
you, I'm ignoring.
just.
And I'm like, but it's SpongeBob, literally just that, but
But
with
no,
an
just straight
accent.
up, just Tom and Steve, which I only recently learned that Potty was Steven this entire time. But
Yeah.
just,
Yep.
all of them were just great.
Well, for a while.
Right, back when he was alive, he was the voice of Potty.
of course, right.
Right.
Like, I think in any newer stuff, I think it's Doug Lawrence. I'd have to...
It's Doug
Okay.
Lawrence.
Oh, jeez.
And actually, like, Steven Hillenburg didn't really, like, voice Potty for very long. I heard he, like, did it for a certain amount of time, then they gave it to, like, the new director at the time, and then they gave it to Doug
I imagine
Lawrence.
it's a very grating voice to do.
Jeez, what a hothead!
There's that.
Sure, my fine feathered neck pain. And he pulls him down, and you just see the puppeteer falling from the ceiling.
That's great too. And then
Also, have fun.
Yeah.
It's time for Mr. Krabs' dream.
so technically, here's the other thing: is that technically, people, according to the game, they expect the SpongeBob Dream level to be the final level you do, even though there's zero, cost to enter it. So that's why we're seeing robot types here that we shouldn't have actually, encountered yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unless you know of a certain exploit, this is kind of one of the worst parts of the game. bar none.
At the very
Really?
least, it's the hardest part.
Wait, yeah, what's the exploit, James?
I don't know if they patched that out of Rehydrated, but in the original game, there's a tiki box somewhere closer to, like, it's sort of out of sight here, but like somewhere close to the edge of the arena. You can just hop right there, and the enemies will not be able to touch you. In which case, you can bring out the secret missiles and just waste them one by
Right.
one.
Oh, I think they did get rid of it.
Man.
Then yeah,
Let's see if we can find it.
they knew how much of a game breaker that was.
Well, let's find out. Let's see. So, yeah, basically what you want to do is kill... Oh, no, there it is, right there.
There you go. You can use that. You can stand right there, bring out the secret missiles, and just take them out. No need to worry about losing any of your underpants.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Again, all you want to do is just... For each of the 3 types of robots that are here, they are tied to a group of Krabby Patty ingredients. And if you destroy them, then the patty itself will actually start to disassemble, and that can then be how you can get over to the robot generator to shut it down. But
Right, but I can imagine. I know this was definitely, I know it was definitely harder in the original game for sure.
Yeah.
That's why it was often considered one of the more infamous parts of the game.
no, I get that definitely. All right, we'll do that.
I don't know how much. I can't exactly tell if it really was nerfed that much in Rehydrated or not, but it still looks kind of annoying with how much is thrown
Yeah.
on screen.
Well,
Especially
there's
with
a-
what
there's a-
enemies they throw on screen.
Right, no, there's a lot of wide area of effect attacks and not a lot of cover. It's just a flat arena. But there we go. Now I just need to wipe these guys out, and they can no longer replenish their numbers. Yeah, no, the Patchy and Potty specials were probably my favorites. And then, of course, we also had the...
Oh, also as a heads up, whenever you use the bubble missile, be careful because that does leave SpongeBob open for attack. And if he gets attacked while during it, the bubble move cancels.
But yeah, no more mass-produced food on the grill. Now it's just Krabby Patties from here on out. Wait a minute.
All right.
Wait a minute.
And then SpongeBob thinks to himself, "Where's the love?"
Where's the love?
I need my paycheck. Mr. Krabs?
Non-existent.
What exactly is this here paycheck you speak of, Mr. Squidward? I don't speak Mediterranean.
Have a bowl, Mr. Squidward. And he just gives him a bowl of onions.
Hey, who left this bowl of onions here?
Take a stroll, Mr. Squidward.
Yeah, I did show these goofy goobers that video in between parts, and yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. All we got left is Patrick Stream. We can leave here.
Yeah,
yeah,
time for probably the hardest part of the level.
Yep. It's gonna be throwing
The
everything
Patrick
at you. A final test of all you've learned among the other 3 worlds.
Give it here.
Not so fast, SpongeBob. You have to pass my test before you get this golden spatula.
Very well,
Wait,
sir.
really?
Challenge accepted.
Very well. Your challenge is to find the golden spatula.
You're holding it.
You did it. Now
There you go.
here's your reward.
Aww.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the dream.
Welcome
I know it was
welcome to Patrick
intense, but
Stream.
I'd say it was well earned.
Welcome to Patrick Stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's it.
sorry.
It's all the
Serious?
freaking particle
And
effects.
you can talk to him again. He just recites the same stuff. With SpongeBob saying, "Yeah, I did that already."
Serious?
Yes.
Yeah, we're dead serious.
But I mean, yeah. Well, regardless, enough. And with that, once I collect this one, the dream world's already done, and
Yep.
it only will get harder from here.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
So open that up.
I mean, we still got probably the most annoying level in the entire game yet to come.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Stay
Anyway.
tuned, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately, it's time to wake up and smell the stranded in forest nature.
hope y'all like kelp.
Good night.
Make a wish, honey.